Fast food is a big deal in America. As a nation, we spend over $180 billion a year on this stuff, with 80% of people visiting a fast food joint at least once a month. This means there are a lot of Americans working behind the counter, helping to accommodate our demand. There are over 3 million people employed in preparing and serving food in the U.S. 2 out of every 3 are between the ages of 20 and 54. Almost half have a high school diploma, and more than a quarter have a child. Fast food pay has increased from $6.41 an hour in 1998 to $9.08 an hour in 2013, keeping pace with inflation. But most are still making way below the living wage. That is the full-time hourly wage needed to cover basic living expenses like housing, food, transportation, and healthcare. Fast food wages vary from state to state, but what really matters is how the earnings compare to the cost of living. For instance, workers in D.C. make $3 more an hour than workers in North Dakota, yet D.C. employees are still making $1.54 less than the living wage for that area, while North Dakotans are making $1.75 over their living wage. But the average worker is earning less than the living wage in 24 states that account for 1.9 million employees nationwide. Workers are the worst off in Hawaii, Maryland, and New York, where they earn $2.28 less than the living wage. Over the course of a year, that leaves them over $4,700 short of what they'd need. And for the 1 in 4 fast food workers who have a child, it's nearly impossible to support a family on the average fast food wage in any of the 50 states. In most states, wages are only half of what's required to provide for 1 adult and 1 child with a full-time position. Because so many fast food workers aren't paid enough to support themselves or their families, they rely on government assistance to get by. Last year, over 50% of fast food workers received public assistance. Estimates from a UC Berkeley study show that the employees of several major fast food chains are provided with over $3 billion in public assistance a year. Last year, these same companies brought in $7 billion in profits. And this is not just a problem for the 3 million employed in fast food. In the United States, 1 out of 4 employees are working low-paying jobs. That's more than any other OECD nation.
%50 of the stuff you buy at stores is not on your shopping list. So how do you end up spending all that hard-earned cash? We spoke to a retail